What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big snob when it comes to wrestling attire, and there's nobody that's doing it better right now than Matt Cardona. Love him or hate him, the dude's knocking it out of the park. So I thought I would cook up a tier maker list, and we would go through these together. Now, I have posted this where other people can do it, but I uploaded it before I included 4 other attires. And to be honest, there's probably some that I have missed on this list. If there is, let me know down in the comments below, because everybody, I'm sure, has their favorite. For the tiers here, we have Toyetic Threads. The guy's big on making figures. You want something that's going to make a really nice looking figure. We have Elite Ensemble, which is nice, but it's not quite upper echelon. Main Event Wardrobe, which is kind of middle of the road, if you ask my opinion. We have Gimmicky Garb, which is, why are they wearing this? And then you have the Dark Match Duds, which is like, all right, who let this man go out looking like this? So for the very first one on the list, I have them pulled up on my iPad so we can talk about them as we go. For the very first one on the list, we're going to talk about the Ryder Taker attire. Now, this is when he announced the death of Zack Ryder, so he came out as the Undertaker, basically, but the Ryder Taker. He had the Steph neck tattoo for Steph DeLander. He had the DMK Pride instead of BSK, which is Deathmatch King. Abdomen tattoo. It looked pretty sick. It was a long black tights with his purple logos. He came out with a hat, the purple gloves, the trench coat. It looks pretty cool, and it fit what he was doing at the time, but this might catch some hate. I'm going to put it in the Main Event Wardrobe because he's done better. Let's be honest. The next one on the list is his Ghostbusters attire. Now, we all know that he is a massive Ghostbusters fan. Me personally, I watched it growing up. I think I watched the first movie a couple times. That's about it. But one thing I do know is that Ghostbusters themed merch and attires look really freaking sick. So he had the skull with the caution tape as his logo. He has the the slime dripping down. I'm going to go ahead and put this bad boy in the Elite Ensemble section because it was pretty sick, even though I have no attachment to Ghostbusters. Also, he has a one-of-one Zack Ryder Ghostbusters figure from when WWE and WWE and Ghostbusters had an agreement to do Ghostbusters figures. That's a lot to say. And it's pretty cool. Dude's a massive fan of it. For our next one, we do have the Major Players attire. Now, this one, it makes sense because it is his team with Brian Myers. But when you put this attire up alongside his others, it sucks to say, but they're night and day. I don't think this one holds a candle to his other attires because they are so good. So it's not that the attire sucks. It would be great for a generic guy. But compared to anything else he has done, it doesn't even come close. So we're going in the Dark Match Duds for this one. Next up on the list is his NWA attire. It has the Still Major logo on the back. It has the Matt Cardona MC that we have seen. It's a clean, simple white and yellow and black attire. And I honestly can't find anything wrong with it. So I'm going to put this one in the Main Event Wardrobe because I'm a fan of it, honestly. It's really solid, and it's really clean. It has a nice, strong presentation. It's nice and legible. Everything about it is pretty crisp. So our next one is going to be his attire where he wore the long robe that had the skulls on it and the headbands. It is half Matt Cardona in his evergreen debut attire, which is like the blue lightning, it looks like, with the purple, the black, the white, the silver, with the MC in the middle. It's half that and then half Ric Flair. It has the MC and the RF cursive on the tights. It's pretty solid, honestly. It's just, but I don't think it holds a candle to his other ones. And for that reason, once I can find it on this list, there we go. The robe is really cool, but it doesn't hold a candle to his other stuff because he has managed to set the bar so high when it comes to physical appearance in the ring. I'm putting it in the gimmicky garb section. Up next, we have the Death Match King Buzz Lightyear attire. I'm a big Disney guy. Cardona's a big Disney guy. This one has a soft spot. He has the laser on the arm that Buzz Lightyear had. He has the Cardona going across the back the same way that Buzz has Lightyear going across the chest. Everybody may hate this. This one is going straight to the top. It has, what is that? The Deathmatch King on the knee pad, which is absolutely insane. This is when he was Impact Digital Media Champion. Of course, he's always the Internet Champion. And he was the NWA Champion. So the man was carrying around so many belts, but still had time to go to infinity and beyond. And for that reason, it's going in the Toyetic Threads because this checks all the boxes that you need for a memorable attire. Up next, we do have the evergreen, always ready, generic Matt Cardona attire. Even though it is fairly generic, this is the attire that his Super 7 figure is based off of, and it looks really, really clean. It's a nice, simple attire. So it's kind of hard to go against it. I'm going to put this one in the main event wardrobe once I find it. There it is. Also, all these attires are designed by TTD Wrestling. Go give him a follow. The dude does insane work for a lot of wrestlers in the industry. Let's go to the major PBR Pabst Blue Ribbon attire. Red, white, and blue is what we all bleed. This one looks really cool, and it fits the theme of Cardona and Myers. But with that being said, no matter how much of a fan I am of the major PBR collab, even though I don't drink, this doesn't hold up compared to the other ones. Now, the major PBR rendition of the Pabst Blue Ribbon logo is pretty insane, but put it upside everything else, it doesn't compare. We're going gimmicky garb because, trust me, it gets much, much better. Let's be honest. Up next, we have his major player / evergreen attire, where there's the MC, the light blue, the light purple. It has a little bit of camo all over print on the back. It has the still here on the knee pad. It has the skull logo with the headband and the glasses. I love his evergreen attire. This one is going to go a step above because once you see the up close pictures, it's honestly it doesn't even come close. This one's going in Elite Ensemble. Now I'm sure I'm losing a lot of you guys right now because of just because sometimes there may not be no rhyme or reason or you don't agree with what I'm saying, but this is my list. That's why I'm going to put the link in the description so you guys can go make your own version of this tier list, and then you will see which ones I didn't include, sadly, because I just got a little too trigger happy with uploading it. So up next, we do have the Last Match musical, which was a pro wrestling rock musical that he starred in, which was insane. He played Alexander Swagger, which just fit his character at the time. I never saw the play. I heard it was pretty good. With that being said, it is a bright pink and yellow attire. It's an over-the-top loudmouth, which is Cardona turned up even more. I'm going to go main event wardrobe. This one's, honestly, hold on. I'm second-guessing myself. We're going to go gimmicky garb because he has things that are just even better. Up next, we have the Rider is Dead. It is the QR code on the front of the tights, just like he used to wear in WWE with the woo-woo-woo, you-know-it gimmick. Not one of his best ideas, unfortunately. I'll be the first to say that he has so many banger attires. This one's a dark match dud because the sky has been the limit with his attires, and this one just didn't quite hold up. Up next, we do have the classic Indie God attire with the brown leather jacket. It has the golden skull with the Indiana Jones hat. He wears the Indiana Jones hat to the ring. It has the same color palette and the gradients as the Indiana Jones logo. This is Toyetic Threads, if there ever was one, because it is so freaking good. It's classic at this point, and as long as he is an independent star, I do believe he is going to keep this Indie God gimmick going because it is working wonders for him. There's not much to say about this one. It's just one of his best attires. Then we have the Japanese version of the Indie God. It has the MC logos kind of as like a pattern. This one is really cool. He came out with the golden skull helmet mask scenario. It's really awesome, but I'm going to put it in Elite Ensemble because if you put it side to side with the Indie God attire, which is, you have to compare the two, the Indie God attire is even better. So that's just my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think about that one. Then we have the one-legged tights, half Speedo, half tights attire. Going back to his Zack Ryder days, he wore the headband, he wore the glasses. This is also part of his Deathmatch King era. This one doesn't quite go in Dark Match Duds, but I'm going to go in the gimmicky garb. He also came out with the WWE ECW title, which nobody liked. The one Jack Swagger and the one Matt Hardy held. It's a cool design. He took something bad from his past and made it modern with what he does now, and you got to respect him for it. But we hadn't even got to some of the bangers yet. Like, we're still like, we're like 12 minutes into this and we're just getting into the heat. Then we have, what is this one? This is like a purple version of his Evergreen attire. I don't like this one nearly as much if you put it side by side with the other one. Yeah, we're going to put it in gimmicky garb as well. Gimmicky garb. That was my gut reaction. All right, on to another NWA attire. Instead of the prominent white with the prominent white with the yellow and black, this one is prominently black with the yellow and white. It's still clean. I'm going to put it in main event wardrobe because it's simple, but it's clean and it's legible, and you can tell exactly what it says without it doing too much. And then we have an Impact Wrestling attire. This is the lime green version of his other stuff. It has the major player logo on there. Nothing to stand out. We're going to go gimmicky garb because he set the bar so high. So if it doesn't reach that, it's eh. Then we have the Nasty Boys, part Road Warriors inspired gear. It has the Dead Fed on the back. It has the splatter paint, the horns, or the spikes on the shoulder pads, the spikes on the gauntlets. His Super 7 figure just came out in that attire. One of his more iconic attires, and it's hard to disagree with that, honestly. I told you guys he's got some bangers coming up, so definitely get ready. Then we have the FWF attire. I don't remember who he wore this against. He has a Major Bendy in this attire. It didn't fit his gimmick at all. I think this is when he fought Max Smashmaster. I don't know. He's in like a Shield inspired tactical vest and camo pants with the major player. No, not the major player. Always ready on there. If it bleeds, I can kill it. And he had face paint. We're going to put it here. But just looking at the ones remaining, we're in for a treat. So we have the Chicago-inspired attire. Not much needs to be said. This is main event wardrobe because, I don't know why. Ever since CM Punk, the Chicago colorway on anything looks absolutely sick. So we're going to put it there because, it's my list. Then we have the half hot mess, half major players attire that he did with Chelsea Green because it kind of matched her persona and Impact. This is what dreams are made of, to be honest. This one looks really good. One of my buddies made custom figures of these, and they look phenomenal. And I will try and include that picture in the description as well. It's everything cool. If you guys saw the blown up graphic that I have on TTD Wrestling's Instagram page, you would understand it entirely. On to the next one. We do have the Matt Cardona, Internet Champion, True Long Island Story, Impact Wrestling attire. And it has the Internet Championship center plate in the middle of the crotch. I don't think it's his best. It's clean, it's legible, but he's got much better, let's be honest. His Magnum TA-inspired gear. He wore the leather jacket. He wore the wrestling boots when it came to this. I don't know about you guys. This is my favorite attire that he has worn. It is so striking. It's so legible. It is leaps and bounds my favorite attire that he has ever worn. Nothing comes close. Up next, we had the Deathmatch King attire, where he had matching Deathmatch Queen attire with Steph DeLander. This is iconic at this point. One of his best runs in the indies so far. It's going in Toyetic Threads, hands down. He was even selling like Burger King inspired crowns on his merch table to go along with this. This is when he brought Steph DeLander from obscurity through after her release from NXT, which was unfortunate, and then he made her a household name for the most part on the indies, which is insane. Getting on to the next attire, it is the Deathmatch King inspired attire. He really he went above and beyond with this one. He wore the crown with this attire as well. The dude knows how to market himself. This is a Macho Man inspired attire. It's going up top. It has to. Up next, we have, honestly, one of my least favorite attires of his, and it is the Cardona Power. It's a Diesel-inspired, Kevin Nash-inspired attire. I'm not a big fan of it. It's going back to what we said about the other things. It is going in dark match duds because it doesn't hold a candle to the other things that he has done with his attire. And then, last but not least, there's a lot of logos on this one, so bear with me. He wore this in Impact. It has the MC logo, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast logo, another Major Wrestling Figure Podcast logo, the FWF logo, which is their Figure Wrestling Federation, the Major Pod Network Foam Finger logo, Matt Cardona logo, and the skull with the headband and sunglasses logo. It's a lot going on, but it's a solid, legible attire, and we're going Toyetic Threads for this one. So, I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to share this in the Major Pod Facebook group. I want to know what they think since they are a massive fan of him. Let me know what I got right on the list. Like I said, it's just my list. I'm sure, you know what, after looking at it even more, I'm going to bump up this NWA-inspired attire. And I'm going to bump up the Rider Taker attire because, yeah, that looks a lot better. I like that one. And, you know, we'll take his FWF attire and put it main event wardrobe with the tactical vest and the camo. But, like I said, that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know what I got wrong down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And last but not least, take it easy.